In this video, we're going to introduce a 3D user interface for bare-handed interaction with virtual environment in a large motion tracked space. More specifically, selection and manipulation of virtual 3D objects, including rotation, translation, and scaling, is enabled through a set of in-air hand gestures that feels naturally related to these tasks. The goal of this design is to provide an interface that is easy to learn, feels intuitive and natural to use, and strike a balance between being expressive and being accurate. This technique allows the user to both precisely control the virtual object or perform large and quick moves. A combination of multiple properties of the gesture, like the finger and palm velocity, distance, and duration of the gesture, will determine the change applied to the virtual objects. This implementation is carried out in the Cube at Virginia Tech, namely a large space for virtual environment study deployed with Qualys' motion tracking system to capture the user's movement. Hand gesture recognition is achieved by attaching a leap motion to the front of the HMD, and the hands are also rendered as avatars. Selection is done by a pointing gesture. When only index finger is stretched out, a ray is casted out from the center of the user's two eyes to the tip of the index finger to select an object. From the user's perspective, the object occluded by the tip of the index finger in the image space is selected. Once the object is selected, you can start one of the three sets of gestures, namely rotation, translation, and scaling. As soon as one of the gestures is recognized, the current selection is locked for at least 2 seconds to avoid false positive selection of other objects. Rotation is accomplished by doing a circling gesture using index finger only. You can rotate the object around y-axis, x-axis, or z-axis in the coordinate system that is aligned with the camera space. Multiple factors such as the speed of the circling gestures are taken into account when deciding the speed of rotation for the virtual object. Translation is done by doing a push, pull, or swipe gesture. You can either push or pull the object on the z dimension, swipe on the x dimension, or pull up and pull down on the y dimension. Both the speed of the palm and the speed of the finger movements are taken into account to determine the amount of translation. Scaling is achieved by introducing the second hand. Forming two fists after selection will initialize the scaling. Move two hands closer or further away from each other to scale the object smaller or bigger uniformly.